We are live. Friday night, only 15 minutes late. You know, we were here on time. Just little mild delays.
Technical difficulty.
Technical, you know how it goes. Hope everybody's well. Y'all, when people start tuning in, they're gonna be like, "Who is that attractive gentleman? What is he doing? What is happening?" It's gonna be. It's always a little quiet stuff. Maybe we'll just get it going anyway. People jump in a sec.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
All right, let's record. We're doing the external one tonight because we're here. Yeah. All right. It's episode 23, right? 23. What's good, y'all? This is C Certified Brewhead, and welcome to episode 23 of Beer Another Shit, the podcast, Adjunct series, quarantine edition. This evening, we don't have a interview as such, but we have a special guest in the building. We've mentioned this gentleman before. You guys haven't seen his face. This is Dan Johnson, our, how do I describe you? You're a family, Tiffany's cousin from England. So it's family first and foremost. Second, you are the newest member of High Season. That's what you are.
Yes.
Which is our agency. Mm-hmm. And because Dan is working, I'm just turning on this in the background here.
That's nice.
Because Dan is working with, excuse me, I'm burping up the carrots there. Because Dan is working with High Season, that automatically brings him into the world of BAOS and, of course, our music stuff, the Movement fam. If you're not following either High Season or TMF, the YouTube channels are linked on the channel page on the side there, so check them out. So, as the title suggests, Dan is a new. What did I say? I was gonna say, what's the Just a new person to be here.
Yeah,
a
just a new.
With 2 zeros.
With 2 zeros.
2 zeros.
That's how the game is.
Is that like I'm trying to get an 11.
You know.
So you've been drinking like craft beer for how long would you say?
Probably since university, but not actively. It's like,
okay.
if we go out and then if I don't want to spend a lot, just get beer. Okay. But then if it's like, it's not like it is now where it's like, I want to try this, I want to try that, I want to experience this. So it's a whole different world.
How did you get exposed to it?
I don't know. It might have even been through you,
So you from 2017?
2017, yeah, maybe.
So you guys, Dan and the family came near 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Went to Toronto, Montreal. We took to Vermont for a day trip as well.
Yeah.
So you got to go. You didn't really drink that much, but you might have had to because I know you were around your family, so you were trying to not secret drinking. Not that legally you were legal anyway. Yeah. Except in the States you weren't. Now you were.
Yeah, now
you were. But so I imagine that would have been a part of it. I know your dad. I talked to him about beer quite a lot.
Yeah.
He's into some good stuff. He's a home brewer now as well.
Yeah.
I think he was back in the day and then got back into it.
Before, but now it's like since he's like fully retired, he's like just gone straight back into it.
Which is very cool.
Yeah,
I like that. I was talking to Terry about that. So beer's kind of been around you for the last few years in a bit heavier state. I really find that they, seeing even Terry, every time I speak to him, when we're on Facebook, I'm like, look, I found this. Looking for new beers. So, and now that you've been here, what, 3 months?
Yeah, about 3. Well, is it
almost
3 months?
June 23rd, so it'd be September 23rd.
Yeah, approaching.
Ooh, look at that. So in that time, we haven't taken to any brews because of the situation, of course. But obviously here, you've had a bunch. We've taken to a couple stores, went to the LCBO in Ontario to pick some stuff up. We did some stuff here, went to a couple. I can't remember where we took you. Maybe the supermarket, or did we go to a store?
I think it must have been a store.
Oh, we went to Vertu and Bière on Thingo on Saint Laurent.
Yes, yeah, I remember.
Which was cool.
Yeah, that was cool.
Just to try and get you some stuff. So you've realized you liked certain styles so far?
Yeah.
What are you into so far?
Favourites definitely sours.
Yep.
Any sort of fruity sours, love that. What else? To be fair, I think sours are definitely by far my favourite. But then other than that, I think a lot of other things are on like a similar sort of level. Right. So if it was like a lager, or if it was I don't know many other styles, but if it's like I don't know, New England IPA,
right? Which now you've had a couple.
Yeah. It's like I can slightly tell the difference, but it's they're still in terms of the taste would be on the same sort of level.
Okay.
So it's like none would push the boat that far in comparison to like a sour.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so you found something at least so early, this early in the game.
Yeah.
Like it's a few years, but kind of casually.
Yeah, casually.
And now you're sort of like, all right, so you figured out that you like stuff, certain things, and you've tried a bunch of stuff here. I'm pretty sure I've given you a few different...
just lots of different styles.
Yeah. I'm trying to even think what it's been. I tried to sort of like show you...
a variety.
Yeah, a bit of a variety. So the reason why we're positioning that is that if you're watching and you saw from the title, or if you're listening, the title is, we're doing a blind taste challenge. So we've done these half a dozen times on BAOS. They always go really well. Like, the videos are always fun. But tonight we thought, well, why not do one live on the podcast?
Why not?
So it's something a little different. So as usual, Tiffany will be going through the fridge and checking for different styles, picking 3 different styles we thought we'd go with. And she will choose sort of from lightest to darkest. I've given her, I know what's in the fridge. There's certain things I told her don't choose because I want to do other videos, other content with them. Otherwise, I've left it free reign for her to do with that what she will. So if you've seen any of the other videos, you'll kind of know the gist. Now, the thing about that, I just want to quantify here, is that because Dan is new to beer, it's absolutely unfair to make you have to try and guess. Because look, this shit is hard, bro. Like, it's really hard.
It's very difficult.
A lot of people go into it getting a little cocky, like, yeah, man, I'll get to kill this, and they'll come back and tell me later, like, yo, that was really, really tough. So for you, what I've been trying to show you, because we always joke around when I do the 1 minute reviews, you're usually sitting here when I'm doing them and stuff, and then you're starting to hear the adjectives, and you asked me good questions. The other night, I think you asked me, what does grassy mean?
Yeah, grassy. I was like, oh.
For like I was drinking like a Pilsner or something, so like, a nice sort of, what's the word? I'm about to say herbal. It wasn't herbal at all, but just sort of that
like
real
natural, maybe.
Yeah, just sort of that greenness of the hop
greennesses,
sometimes come through, right? That chlorophyll and all the shit that's in a hop. So what we were thinking, to make it sort of fair, we will, like, it's sort of lighthearted. It's not a serious, like, challenge against each other. Because, look, I suck at these, man. Like, I've drank a lot of different beers, and I'm pretty aware of all the different styles and what's going on. I am not good at these things. They're really tough. Like, I was telling Dan, the last one I did, I don't know if it was me by myself, or I think I had Nate here. I'm not sure if we posted. I can't remember what we posted, but there was one I thought, the Muskoka Mad Tom West Coast IPA, was a lager because it's a super malt forward and not bitter, but not crazy bitter IPA. And it's I felt like an idiot, but a lot of people stood up for me. Well, like, no, like, to be fair, that's a very malty IPA, and it's only got more malty over the years. So it's, without that, the benefit of one whole sense, like, you're not seeing anything. You're not seeing the color. You're not seeing the head. You're not seeing the label. Nothing. It's like, what, like, it's a mistake.
It's just like, just straight off what you're
literally, it's going to taste and smell.
Yeah.
Because, and then on top of that, I wonder if, like, it's, how, like, another sense is feeling and touching, because it's in your mouth. Is that count as a touch, or is that still on the taste?
Well, yeah, because if there's some would obviously be thicker than others, so I guess, yeah, touch is a big thing.
Yeah, it really is.
But what I usually would go off is, like, the colour.
Yes.
Like, usually sours are sort of, you can tell they're fruity, but then if it's like a lager, it looks like a typical, what I just call beer, which you could just get from anywhere.
Yes.
And I could tell that's not going to taste anything like the sour.
Correct.
So it's going to be very different, because obviously I have no clue. I have no idea with a lot of, like, stuff
the styles, right?
So so it's like,
so
it's interesting.
That's why we had to sort of amend the rules. Oh, Dan's in the building. Vancouver Dan, what up? He's like, he's on the haze for a change. Love it. What haze you on there, bro? So with that in mind, we decided to make the rules. So the same rules apply if anyone has watched out. We have a segment called 3 Blind Beers. So Tiff would do the same thing. We're kind of just recreating this now in like a, just for the podcast format, something different. Basically what I really have to do is kind of guess, oh, I have a fucking note about this. I think I had to make a note because we were thinking about, like, oh, what about the blind? Here we go. 3 blind beers. So, one, I want to try and guess the style. So that could be, you can still apply all of these, but you're not judged on these to get a point, say, because it's not fair in any shape or form. So I want to guess the style. Ultimately, I want to guess the style. 2, I want to guess the ABV, the alcohol by volume, the strength of the beer. I still don't think it's fair for you to do that because you don't know maybe what an 8% New England is like versus a 6% New England.
Yeah,
maybe.
it's gonna be difficult, but
there's certain things you can tell, like the sweetness, the body of it. Does it feel like it's more? Like usually, the higher the ABV in a lot of styles, the more is going on. If it's a lighter style and it's a higher ABV, you can actually like taste the booze, and I hate that shit.
Interesting.
Then we want to get the tasty notes. Now this is where I thought was the closest thing for you.
Yeah, in terms of like fairness.
Yes. just to be able to, like, all right, well, is it malty? Is it bitter? Is it sweet? Is it dry?
Chalky.
Is it chalky? Is it dusty? Is it grassy? Is it earthy? Piney? Is it dank? You know, which is kind of like weed. Hops are a cousin of marijuana, so the cannabis plant. So that's why a lot of dankness comes through, particularly in the West Coast IPAs, right? So that's where Dan's going to come in, and then for me, obviously, you won't know, but my last one is to guess the brewery or the name of the beer if I want to be extra cocky. Now, what's in the fridge that Tiff is going to choose? I have had a reasonable amount of them. Some of them are doubles, but there are a whole lot in there as well that I have not had. I am aware of what's in there. I have been fortunate lately that there has been an influx of beer, so I'm overflowing with the shit, and I haven't got to a lot. Yeah, Tiff is going through there.
Give you your first one, though.
Yeah, if you want.
I need the blindfold.
Oh, okay. So the main question, we can do which one?
Oh, I'm going Bloods.
You on Bloods?
I'm going Bloods.
Woo. All right. Dan is drinking a Moody Ales Power Tube IPA, 6.7, known for the haze, but this is great. Sick. How do I usually do this? Do you fold it like, I can't remember how, I think this might be better because the whole,
So you should fold that.
well, yeah, I think like folding it in triangles, is that because these are thick, and then maybe you fold it in to make it a, you know what I'm saying, and it gives it like still a thing to wrap at the end. I think that's how people do, like, if you do it like a nice little headband type of shit.
Yeah.
So, damn that the hay sounds fire. Moody lit. So, Tiff is going to, she's picking the first beer now. It's a lot of pressure for her. Excuse the nose clearing. So, all right. Let's fucking go. So for those listening who aren't watching, we're just adhering the blindfold. And we're going to describe as much as possible for y'all.
Surprisingly easy.
How does that go?
You can't see a thing, but
Good.
it's good.
Yeah. No cheating as well. We don't cheat here, mate. What's the point?
I literally can't see a thing.
Yeah, no, I can't see Jack. Do you know what the worst part is? Taking it off. And you've got two studio lights like blaring in your face. God. Yeah, that shit is rough, bro.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, so basically how it's going to work is Tiffany is going to, she has 3 sets, 3 pairs of glassware. They're the exact same glass too. So we have sets to keep it easier. You got it already?
I'm giving you the glass.
Oh, getting the glass, okay. So Tiff is probably you're going to do it how we do it on the other one? You'll just show the can to the camera?
I haven't given them the can yet, but yeah.
You do that the same way? Okay, cool. Because that's what we normally do when we do it. I didn't even think about how. Normally we have a lot of cuts and B-roll and stuff. But this time we're doing it a bit differently. So, yes, Tiff will chuck them in the glass, bring them over, and then she will... I think we usually decide at the very end how wrong we were, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we talk about it as we go. So you guys can just laugh at us live, and I can't see your comments now. So feel free to continue to comment. We will address them at the end. Yeah, and also the idea of this as well is for you, Dan. Like, Tiff will pick beers. So, like, whatever. Say she goes a lager, an IPA, and a stout. Like, it'll start with the lager because it's lighter, and you don't want the previous beer to overshadow the next one. Okay. So, like, if you go and have a stout first, and then you give us a lager, the notes from the stout might overtake what you can taste in the lager. So you want to have the more delicate, lighter flavors early on, just for that to make sense.
What would you say to Dan what an order of beer could look like?
What do you mean by that?
Like an order of styles could look like if you're having a night.
Oh, okay, cool. That's a good question. So maybe I'll just mention a whole bunch of them in an order.
Yeah,
rather than just like 3?
Yeah.
Okay. So typically you'd start on something like a lager, dry hop lager, pilsner, something like that. Like what, like you said before, what people who maybe not into craft that much would consider beer. Yeah. Beer flavored, sense. Beer that tastes like beer is what we say.
Yeah, makes sense.
So we usually start with something like that. You know, even if you had like an Oktoberfest, because that's coming up to that time now, like Marzens, things like that, like the fall type of beers. Then you'd move into maybe more amber colored beers. So if you're doing red ales or something like that, something just with a little bit more malt and a little bit more biscuity, bready character that aren't as sort of light. Then you kind of move into maybe brown ales. So once again, a little darker again, a little more darker malts. They probably use completely different malt profiles. They're less hop forward, definitely chocolatey. Excuse me. Things like that. You'd move on from there to things like porters and stouts probably.
Okay.
No, what the fuck am I doing? I'm skipping the whole
Really?
style. Like, sorry.
But straight in, okay.
You probably actually no, I don't know why. Because you know, I'm thinking as soon as I say red ale, I just forget about normal beers now. So probably even between the red and the brown, I would jump into the IPA. So you'd probably go like session IPAs, West Coast IPAs, and then the juicier New England styles, things like that. And once you're sort of into that, you go into the darker beers. So there'd be brown, porter, stouts, in that kind of order.
Okay.
And then I like to, and look, this is kind of personal preference. I like to finish on a fruity, sweeter note, so I prefer to finish on a sour
Makes sense.
than the stout. Alternatively, sometimes like I've had conversations with friends about this. The imperial stouts, they are like what 10+%. So usually some nights, Tiff and I would just be, hey, what do you want to have later tonight? And I pop it in the fridge, and then at the end of the night, we would crack this big ass stout and split it. Because the main thing is a lot of imperial stouts have way too much. There's just 750 ml bottles. It's too much for one person.
Oh yeah.
You can't do that shit.
Mm-hmm.
But the problem with having a 10% beer at 1 a.m. or something, like that much sugar with that level of alcohol, that gives you a fucking hangover.
Yeah,
it definitely messes with you.
I've never really seen a beer that high in percentage.
You haven't tried one before?
I think maybe once, but like it's very rare. I don't think I've seen it like a 10 or 11%.
Oh shit,
beer. That's
wow.
That's big.
Yeah, oh yeah, man.
That's
They're intense. Wait till we should bust out some imperial stouts at some point.
Put out your hand in.
Yes.
Oh, it's time. Did you show
Thank
them
you.
they can?
Yeah. Guys, you'll notice I made a beer change.
Oh.
Okay.
Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
All right. So I'm gonna wait a second and let Dan do it. So Dan, smell it first. What does it smell like?
Fruity.
Fruity.
Smells light.
Okay,
Light
I'm
and
gonna smell
fruity.
it. It does smell.
Tropical fruits.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting.
I would like to say you're on the right track.
Okay, I'm gonna go for some.
Do it. I would cheers you, but we can't really see.
Oh.
Get it in you.
Tastes very
What's
very.
the mouth? Okay, go. Finish
Very,
it.
oh no, what were you
I
gonna
was just
say?
say go with the mouthful. What does it feel like? Is it thin? Is it watery? Is it thick? Is it creamy? Is it crispy?
It's thin and rather crispy.
Okay.
Yeah, is what I'd describe it as.
Okay.
In terms of actual taste,
Yep.
I don't think it's very malty at all.
Okay.
It's got less of the bready sort of malty vibe. It's more of a light, more of a fruity, but not fruity like sour.
Okay.
So it's. I need to have another sip.
Yeah. Have another sip, mate. Don't worry about it. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. By the way, I don't know if I said this before, but Dan is going to be going through hit stuff first, as opposed to us going through it together. Because Dan will obviously be less experienced and might. I mean, not that I'm going to get this right, because I was saying before I fuck up a lot, but it only makes sense that Dan sort of says all his things first, and then I'll go and see what I say, and then at the very end, Tiff will let us know who was right, if we were right at all.
I'm getting light, fruity.
Yep.
Some sort of tropical fruits in there.
Okay. Well,
Go on.
I was going to ask about, do you have any gauge as to what the alcohol would be, like what the percentage?
I'm going for between 5 and 6.
5 or 6? Okay.
Yeah, between 5 and 6. Well, probably no, between 4 and 5 actually.
4 and 5?
4 and 5.
Okay, so you think it's pretty
low,
light.
I think.
Okay. Any other
And,
characteristics?
I'm gonna go with. Apologies.
People are used to it. Beer
People
challenge.
use it.
You're good, mate. Bad boy.
In terms of, it's hard. It's,
Isn't it? Maybe you keep going. I'm gonna take a sip now.
Oh.
Fuck, man. I hate this game. Why did I agree to this? I'm smelling. I'm like, I think I kind of know what vibe this is, and then I taste it. I'm like, nope.
What was the percentage you thought, Dan?
I thought between 4 and 5.
Okay.
All right. So I'm getting a. Are you finished your kind of tasty notes on that one?
And you were more light fruity and
light fruity, and I want to say more of a grassy, natural sort of taste.
Okay.
And if I'm extremely wrong, you can put it in the comments.
Oh, you said light and crispy for the body.
Yeah, light, crispy for the body.
Okay. Dude, don't expect we're all sucking. This is where like, this is just for lols. Okay, so to me, oh, I think I might even know what it is now. Actually, I got to guess. So to me, it's got a nice fruity, tropical nose. The yeast coming through there reminds me of a New England IPA. I take a sip, it's super creamy. I feel like it's completely opposite. I agree that it's light. I would also say between 4 and 5%. I don't think it's really that crisp. I think it's creamy and a little bit chalky. I'm getting a lot of dryness on the tongue here.
I'm not getting much dryness.
No?
No.
Okay. I feel like interesting. This is the fun about beer, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm getting a lot of dryness. I'm getting the tropical fruits as you suggested. I feel like it's a little bit of bitterness, but this is the first beer of the night, and the first beer always tastes a little like, I find anyway, like I find it throws me off, particularly when I'm on camera. I don't know why.
Makes sense.
But it's definitely creamy and it's light. My guess for this beer would be Trailway's Luster Session IPA. I think it's a Session IPA.
I'm gonna have to agree.
So if you could
so what did you think it was?
I think it's Trailway's Luster Session IPA. I made room there to put that there. Can you feel on the thing and put it next to your water there? Or is that a little bit?
I think I can do that.
Yeah, you're getting it.
I'm good.
You good?
Just push it a little bit more, yeah.
So I think Luster's like 4.5 or 4.8 or something like that.
Yeah, well, it means you'll be close to it if that's the case.
Well, once again,
Trailway's Luster Session IPA.
Yes. So say 4.8. I think it's 4.5 or 4.8, something like that. That was good.
Well, that was.
So it's like, how did you feel first beer? How do you feel about that?
I think I can describe more taste notes if I had another.
You honestly, bro, dead ass. You did. Look, we have a joke, or I'm running joke. Dan just keeps calls every beer smoky. So I'm doing the beers, and Dan will kind of just make fun of me when I'm doing it and be like, "Yeah, smoky," and blah blah blah. I'm like, Dan, you gotta stop fucking calling beers smoky, bro. And that was like the first time I've heard you. Wow, this is hilarious doing this blind. That was the first time I've heard you do it seriously.
Who did you say I couldn't do again?
Don't do. There's a La Barberia pink one because that's for a trade.
Yeah.
So don't do that. Don't do the Crowns of Hops. Don't do the Collective Arts Lager because that's for another video. Don't do the Emporium Cake one. I mean, I guess you could. I was going to do a 1-minute review on that. You can do it if you want. Now I've said it, you probably won't.
In the end, this gets in their content, but...
Yeah, exactly right. So it's whatever. I think that was kind of...
Did you have anyone banned from... I'm not going to tell you that. Okay, that sounds right. And you said not to do the C arts. Yeah, okay. And that was it?
I think that was... I don't
think you mentioned this. So.
Either the La Barberies and stuff, like, only because of that, but...
Okay.
Only because some of them I wanted to do 1-minute reviews for. But it's, like you said, content is content. So talking about your beers, even though we can't see them. But yeah, so the funny thing is, right? You sip. If you could look at that beer, you'd have it's almost like 50% of what it is. And I've seen people sort of talk about this on Twitter about in the beer folks I follow. Someone said that was kind of making fun of people judging the beer based on visual presentation, but like. As in the rest, I think the food industry, they always say people eat with their eyes. Like, that's why presentation on a plate.
Yeah, makes sense.
So, therefore, the visual aspect of a beer is actually...
I think it's very important.
Super, right? Because
it
tells you what
you're...
you...
Right? I mean, you fucking eat that.
That's it. Look at what you're looking at. It's actually a physical part of the BJCP guidelines, the Beer Judge Certification Program. That's how all major beer competitions are judged, and visual aspect is a part of it. For example, if it is a lager... It needs to be crystal clear. That's the point of that beer. It needs to be filtered and clear. If it's a New England IPA, that shit needs to be hazy as fuck. I really don't like it when it's only averagely hazy or opaque. And I know a lot of brewers like, oh man, it didn't come out. The yeast it's called fluctuation. Fluctuation? Fuck. It's called FLOCC. Maybe that's not it. What's the fucking word? Now, whatever. Either way, for yeast flux, I think that means it goes down to the bottom of the tank, and then it takes all the proteins and clears up the beer, which in the New England IPA you don't want. Okay. So shit like that, and it's really important. Sort of, if you've got a little like a stout, supposed to be an imperial stout, but you can kind of see through it. Like you're not supposed to see through it. It's supposed to pour like tar. So shit like that, like the actual visual aspect of these beers are super important.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh, you okay?
Yeah, I just put the beer back after going through your 20 million beers. I put the beer back
Do you want to get?
after your 1 million beers in here.
Well, look, what can I say,
I got it,
Tiffany?
I got it.
All right, I need to drink more, obviously.
You need to drink faster.
Yeah, I can't,
Drink
man. I'm
faster,
like,
that's the key.
I'm already fat enough from this shit, man. Like, it bothers me all the time. Like, how am I supposed to balance this? How am I supposed to not get fatter? And particularly as winter's coming up and COVID's getting worse, so now you really can't use the gym in the building. Whole thing, Dan. It's just it's a tough life being a beer person.
I can imagine.
You know?
Stop saying.
All right, so we're about to go for beer number 2. So round 1,
We're actually changing glasses, Dan. Just so
yeah.
you know.
So you can put that down. Oh, you just kept sipping the whole thing.
He finished
I
it.
finished it. Was that not what I was meant to do?
Tomorrow, so you can taste it again and look at it afterwards.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
at least you didn't finish it.
I didn't finish it, so we can
Okay.
take a look.
Ah,
But
no.
also, if I haven't had it and we've only got one of them, because Tiff might not know, I have to take the photo and stuff. So
Oh, okay.
we'll
So
also keep it that.
That
That's
is the
okay.
last one I shall finish.
That's okay. I probably should have told you that.
Oh wait, no. In the end, it's okay because I still leave some in the can.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay. Okay. No worries.
It's
There
not
you
the end of the
go.
world.
That's for the audience there. You guys can
Yeah,
see what
you
that
see
is.
that? You see that,
See
guys?
that?
You ready for us to get this wrong? Give us a like if you think we're going to get this wrong, because it's highly likely we will. Can you see any? Oh, I guess maybe get Tiff to see if there's any comments coming up, since she's the only one who's with vision. Yeah.
All right, sir. Putting this in your hand
Oh,
here.
thank you so much. Okay. Interesting.
Okay. You can even get started then.
Interesting. Interesting smell.
Oh.
It's
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome.
it's not fruity at all in terms of the smell.
No.
I've got a. To me, this is what I describe as malty in terms of the smell.
Okay.
I'm not getting much else from the actual smell, but I'm gonna go for a sip.
Do it. Do it up. Just letting people see it a bit more, whatever the fuck this is.
Okay.
Talk to me.
I'm going for a. So this one to me is more creamy.
Okay.
It's I feel like I can taste more of
So it's a heavier body than the
it's a
last one.
heavier body 100%.
Okay.
It's not as fresh, and I feel like it's more of a drier aftertaste.
Okay. Could I give you a word just to see in comparison? Would you say the other one is brighter
Yeah.
than this
Yeah,
one?
100%.
Okay.
Brighter. This one, it's got a milkier sort of consistency.
Okay.
I feel like, is that what you'd say, lactose? Is that?
If you had lactose in the beer, it often gives it that creaminess.
Yeah.
There's also flaked oats gives
Oh,
it
okay.
without having to add the additional sugars, because that also keeps it vegan.
Oh,
So
okay.
flaked oats, but it's not as much
Okay.
as lactose. Lactose does a bit more, but oats are good for that.
I feel like this is giving me creamy vibes, more of a heavy sort of taste, and I feel like lactose. I feel the lactose. in
Alright.
this. I
Ooh.
Wow,
think.
man's going in there.
I
Yeah,
think
look at this guy.
I'm going. I'm trying. I'm
Shit.
trying.
So Dan's already team lactose, guys.
Yeah,
you already
no,
fucking
I
know.
fucks with that. But this is definitely not smoky.
Definitely not smoky.
Definitely not
If
smoky.
it's smoky, it's problematic.
Okay,
Do
what
you-
are your notes so far, Dan? 'Cause I'm writing them down for future.
Creamy consistency. Going for heavy sort of. I feel like I taste lactose in it, and I feel like it's
You said, I think you said drier or something?
yeah, it's a dry aftertaste as well. I'm getting more of a chalkier aftertaste as well.
Okay. Are you getting any?
Chalky, eh? Okay.
Yeah,
You really hang around Chris for too long.
yeah.
Way too much. Sorry, bro.
It's okay.
Any like fruity vibes or any stuff like that?
To me personally, no.
No,
I don't
okay.
feel like there's any sort of fruity vibes to it at all.
Okay. Do you have an approximate ABV there? I think it might be.
For this one, I'm going for between between 5 and 6. Okay,
5 and 6?
5 and 6. I don't
Okay.
feel like it's
As light as
as light as the other one.
Okay. Do you have a stab in the dark of the style, or it's not really anything you're familiar with at the moment?
It's no, I wouldn't be able to do that. I don't think. No. I don't have
No?
a guess.
Okay.
My guesses would either be New England IPA or sour because there's the only two I know.
Okay. Well, I
It's
respect that.
definitely neither of those though.
No. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then, the nose is, again, overripe fruit. Definitely a bunch of the fruit, which suggests it's a New England. The body, body is hella creamy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I feel like I'm getting a bit of booze in this bad boy.
By booze,
So-
what do you?
A bit of a warmth. Like there's a bit of an, you know how you can feel liquor sometimes
Yeah, and it
and
feels
stuff. I'm
like
getting it on
more-
my tongue.
Okay.
There's a little bit that boozy warmth. It's much more subtle, of course, than say if
It feels
you
like
had
whiskey.
exactly,
Yeah,
or you
makes
had
sense.
whiskey and coke or something, and you had that mixer,
feel
and
that.
you can
Mhm.
feel it. It's not quite like that, but like, so my guess would be probably 8%.
Yeah.
I think this is a double New England IPA. At 8%. I'm getting definitely the dryness. I agree with you on
Mhm.
that. It's definitely a creamy body.
I think
no
definitely
bitterness.
in comparison to the other one. It's definitely much more creamy,
Mm.
and the aftertaste is definitely more dry.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
100%. But it's also got a balanced the sweetness in there as well. I don't think it's lactose. I just think it's a double IPA, and the
Interesting.
additional malt you need, because the malt itself that
Mhm.
gets the sugars, that's what gives you the ABV essentially. So there's more malt, therefore it's
More
sweeter.
sweet. Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
And I think
Makes
that's
sense.
why it's a little on that side.
Interesting.
I don't really know which one it could be. I'm running through my head in the fridge. There's La Barberie's Grand Oasis, I think it's called, which was super cool. But I don't remember it being this like dank. I know I got some Trailway in there. I know I got some others. I don't really know which one it could be. There's a variety, but that would be probably the end of my guesses there.
Okay.
Interesting. So, we-
So yeah, we got those in for both of y'all.
Okay.
that's it.
And you don't know the name.
I'm no. If I had to have a stab in the dark, oh, you took the other one away. My other one away.
Yeah.
Okay. If I had to take a stab in the dark, I'd probably just say because it was just at the front of the fucking fridge. It's either the new one I haven't had from Spearhead. I know I have that in there, but I think that's like 6.5, and I feel like this is boozier than that. So it could be the La Barberie because that's 8%. But I have had that before, and I don't know if it's the same one. I feel because it does feel a little like it's a little lighter, even though it's got the booze warmth. It's not overwhelming on the palate.
Yeah, I don't feel like. Yeah, no, I agree. I feel like, but yeah, I feel like it's not as fruity though. That's the thing.
Definitely nowhere near as fruity.
Don't
Now
think
that
it's
can mean a
fruity.
couple of things. That could mean that it's not double dry hopped or anything like that.
Mhm.
But it could also mean that it's just older. And what
Oh,
happens? That's why you have to
okay.
drink these
Makes
beers
sense.
within
Within
optimally,
certain
usually 3
time.
weeks maybe, because otherwise the hop flavor profile drops. So as far as like the actual beer and brewery, babe, I don't know. I could just say the La Barberie one for now, just because that's all I can think of that would match it.
All right, so we'll go on to the next one.
Look at
Your
that.
answers are in.
So how do you feel so far? 2 in?
Two in, I feel like my taste notes are 100% correct. If you are disagreeing,
like I
then you're
got
wrong.
this.
Then you're always wrong. Don't even try.
Don't even try.
Make
I'm
me
sorry.
sick.
But no, I feel like I'm learning as well because that booze comment you made, I feel like I kind of get that. I get that sort of boozy sort of vibe from it, like
Gotcha.
stuff like that.
Right. It's
But-
always nice when someone says it and you're like, oh, fuck, yeah, I
Mhm.
did
Yeah,
taste that.
yeah. But then I didn't smell much fruit personally with that one, and
I think I didn't get it either, though. I feel like all of your tasting notes, unless the whole reverse of this worked out, is in you're guiding me. In the end, I'm like, nah, fuck, he's right. Yeah, this is
Maybe he is
definitely.
maybe it is smoky.
Yeah, maybe he's right. But like, no, I think you've been like on point much more than probably even you expected.
Yeah.
If at least at the point where like, if I'm the guiding light on this, which is not anything I'd ever want to say about my palate, it's far from incredible. But you're not like, if we're saying the same thing, it's not like I'm like, oh, bro, like you are totally off. Like we're saying very, very similar things, which I think
Makes
is
sense.
pretty cool.
Makes sense.
So that's a good sign.
I'm gonna go for a smell.
Yeah, do it.
Interesting. Very interesting. This is like when it's not like this, and I'm with you drinking, and I'm
Okay.
smelling it. I don't feel like there's that much difference. But now it's like I can
Oh.
smell a very distinct difference between the three.
Yes.
Fucking expert, I tell you.
I think I know
Damn,
this is
you're
off the nose.
damn expert.
Okay.
I'm getting a sort of malty sort of vibe with the
Okay.
smell. Again, not much
Keep
fruit.
smelling a bit deeper.
Open your nostrils up.
Interesting. I don't know how to
Describe that nose.
it. It's a bready sort of smell, is in terms of what I'd assume bready and malty would smell like. I don't.
Okay.
Because I don't get much fruit.
No.
It's very.
Taste it. Put that in your. Get it in your mate. Put it in your face. Put it in your face hole.
Interesting. It's defo not the taste I expected.
Okay.
Defo not.
Based on the nose.
Based on the nose, it's in terms of the actual taste, it's fruity. It's got a definitely a little chalky aftertaste.
Okay. What kind of fruit is it? Like tropical fruit? Is it citrus fruit? Is it red fruit?
No, it's I'm going for summer fruits.
Summer fruits?
Yeah,
Meaning like I imagine that means like tropical or something.
summer fruits
or
is
like a
like
blend?
berries and
Yeah, berries.
berries. Yeah, and it's got some sort of citrus aftertaste as well. To me, this reminds me of a sour.
Okay.
So let me try.
Why does it remind you of a sour? Once you have this sip.
Sours have a distinct, really. I don't want to say the word sour again, but it's like
Is it tart? Is it tangy?
not
Is it
tangy.
funky?
It's a funky sort of aftertaste, which is really.
Is it when I say funky? That's referred to when there's a strain of yeast called Brettanomyces. They call it Brett. Remember we had the god Brett America from Rallabach?
Yes.
And funk often refers to what they call barnyard funk. So it's like hay, wet grass.
Oh, okay. No, I don't
Shit
get
like
that.
that.
I don't get that.
Okay.
It's
So you think it's definitely like a tart?
it's a very sharp aftertaste.
Okay, so it's tart to you.
Yeah.
Maybe. Oh, that sounds like. So you said citrus fruits, but some citrus and finish, but like
Summer berries.
so berries are the main thing.
Yeah, to me.
We'll take a sip now.
Yeah, go on. It's very interesting because the smell was nothing like what I would have
What you thought?
assumed this is going to taste like.
Okay. So, I'll get mildly, like sometimes you gotta fucking swing for the fences.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like you pretty got your tasty notes out there. Oh, ABV.
I just want to go for again between 5 and 6. This one.
5 and 6.
So,
Okay.
sir, 5 and 6 in the Dan as well, sir. You had sour.
Mm-hmm.
He
Sour
said
taste,
summer
yeah.
fruit, summer berries,
Summer berries.
citrus finish,
Mm-hmm.
and tart. I think you said.
Yeah. I'm not getting much of a boozy sort of vibe from this either.
And 5%?
But about between 5 and 6, yeah.
So I was gonna get cocky off the nose, and now I tasted it. I don't know. I was gonna be like, it's beer de vacances. It's
Mhm.
our beer
Mhm.
because it smells like it. Because that's a kettle sour nose for sure,
Oh, okay.
and it's sour as fuck. It's 100% a sour,
Yeah,
But-
definitely.
but it is kind of creamy. I'm just gonna say it's that 4.5%. The Spice Public, the BAOS podcast. If I can get that in you.
Get in, yeah.
I'm fairly sure it's just because I can't think of any other sours that I had in there. Tiff could be surprised
You
me
have a
pulling.
lot.
I have a lot.
You have like 4 or 5.
Oh shit!
Mm.
All right. I feel like it just reminds me of that. Lesbos have a very serious, like a signature yeast that they use. So I imagine that what this is. I'm getting that sort of citrusy lime, but also the marmalade in there. I feel like I'm getting that kind of thing, and it's also very creamy for a sour, which I imagine is coming from the lactose. It's in the beer, I think it is.
I didn't think it was that creamy in comparison to the second one, anyway. But
I could be completely fucking off, but
now I haven't had a sip for a while. I've got that sort of yeast taste in my mouth, which
Yeah.
is really
yes,
interesting.
that is familiar to me. That like if you kind of like smack your tongue to the roof of your mouth,
Mhm.
move it around like after it's left,
Mhm.
You get this residual stickiness
Yeah.
in your mouth,
Yeah.
and that could come from the if it's this way. Once again, what I think it is like the lactose is some sweetness in there. The sourness kind of like hangs around a
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah.
That's why I think it's that one. But then something about it is kind of thinking that like it might not be. Now I have more of it. Like on the nose, you were describing it. I'm like, oh, this is fucking totally it. This is out there. Fuck that. I know.
Like the smell threw me off completely because I did not think it would be a sour.
See, it's got a little bit of a funk on the nose,
Mm.
but the funk doesn't come through in the body.
Yeah, it's the funk on the nose, but it's
Yeah.
like
Like it tastes like lemony or something. Something about it tastes like lemon.
There's a lemon, very citrusy aftertaste, very citrusy.
I just don't know what else it would be. I know, once again, this is me knowing what's in my fridge. I just don't know what else it would be. Almost feel like it's too... I might almost take my shit back, but it's almost like it's too much lemon, and the Beata Bacans does not have that much lemon in it. But sometimes some sours can be a little like... They have that creaminess in them too. This game is hard.
That's the point.
I think because I don't know what else it could possibly be, that's going to be my final answer for this one.
Interesting.
That's all I got.
Okay.
Yeah? We good?
All right, that's your final answer?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, then,
Shall we
you
whip
can
it out?
remove your blindfolds.
Get down and get ready because it's going to hurt your eyes for a sec.
Alright.
It's so bad. It's like a
Fucking
kidnapping victim. Oh, what up, guys?
Oh,
Oh, I was so wrong. Oh, it's a Nickel Brook. God damn it, I was so fucking wrong.
Oh,
I was wrong all across the board.
eyes sharp, belly out. Fucking hell.
Right?
All right.
All right.
Interesting.
So, I gotta say, should
Oh.
we recap what everybody said so we know?
Oh, just like doing all this.
How's
Okay,
your
we'll catch
vibes,
up in a
people?
sec. Okay.
Mm.
All right. So, well, I was partially right for one of them. Okay.
I think I was 100% right for all of them, to be fair.
100%. So,
100%, yeah.
should we go through them one by one, or do you want to say anything? Okay, let's talk about the
Um,
first beer.
Let's talk about the first.
I
beer.
imagine these are on my glasses,
And
right?
we'll review your notes.
Yes. So,
Yeah.
first beer was Ripe from Trailway. Now, this is a rye pale ale, 5%.
Interesting.
I got the brewery right.
Yeah, why do you think you got the brewery right?
Because I didn't have any other low ABV beers in there. I feel like I've had so many Trailways now. I'm fortunate to be able to get it. They're from Fredericton, New Brunswick. That it kind of I think I understand the flavor profile. So do you have maybe where's Dan's other glasses? We give him a little bit more to now retry it, and then we can compare
okay.
what you said.
The man didn't finish off his
Because
thing.
I
Okay.
finished it.
So Dan's notes were that it was light, fruity, and 4 to 5%.
Okay.
What's the percent on that?
5.
5. Hey, Dan,
Okay,
5%.
okay,
You get a point for that for
Yeah.
sure.
Thank you.
And then Craig said that C, certified brewhead,
Thank you so much. I put the
said
caveat
that it
there.
was Trailway Luster Session IPA, and you said it was 4.5%.
Yeah, 4.5 to 4.8. So I was pretty close. It's 5. So
So do we give you a point?
because I guessed the beer. Because I tried to guess the. I feel like because I got to guess the brewery, I should get a point.
I think so.
And I got a lot of the tasty notes correct.
Yeah.
I definitely. I mean, I got the creamy mouthfeel, which this had. It is light, so you picked that. You picked the
Okay.
fruitiness of it. I see how you got a bit more yeast in there now, so that's a nice
Yeah,
yeasty one.
yeah.
That'll give you a bit more of the flavor of this one. Good choices on these, babe. You did well.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. Now, this one is a little more on the bitter side. That's why it kind of threw me off. Luster is brighter and more tropical. And I forgot this one was in here. So this was a great fucking throw man's off beer.
It's interesting, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, that was tough.
I think you did well at Dan.
Yeah,
Very
Dan, you did
impressed.
really well, bro.
Yeah.
Do you have Dan's other glasses, baby?
Oh yeah, where's the?
This is really good. This
It
beer. I
smells
love
so
this one.
good.
Yeah.
What drinks for this?
I'll just put it there.
That's fine.
Yeah, put it there.
Yeah, man. Should be enough space for yours as well.
Yeah, funny. I got that. I'll put mine there. You can have this room here. Now the second beer was Sankey and Baron's Neon Beach. I guess Tiff showed you. A double IPA, 8%.
Thank you.
Let me give you a bit more. There might be a little stuff. This is a great brewery. This is a brewery. This is the first brewery we went to with and actually drank out because my friend Chris works there.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
they were great.
And now I'm gonna give it all that
Really
head
good.
in there. Yeah, honestly, these guys. I've said this many times, and I genuinely mean it. This is one of my favorite new breweries in Canada. Period. So this is a Neon Beach Double New England IPA. Came out. This is canned 5th of August, so it's a month old now at this point. It's definitely creamier. So what did Dan say, babe? Dan guessed
So
that.
Dan did really well. He said creamy,
Which it is.
Okay, yeah.
chalky finish, and dry.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said heavy lactose.
Okay, so there's no lactose in
That's
this
the
beer.
only thing I guess that you would have.
This is for Chris. Funny enough, the guy who works there, Chris, is from a fellow YouTuber, Hops and Bros, and he
Oh, yeah.
is team no lactose. He hates it.
Oh,
So that's
okay.
even funnier that he thought you had lactose in it. So I wish it did, Chris. This is a
Chris.
dope beer. Like I said, I love these guys so much. Love everything they're doing. This is what did I say then?
You said it was boozy, warm, and it was a double New England IPA.
So, and I said 8%.
And you said 8%.
I didn't say what it was. I didn't think I had
You weren't
any
sure.
idea what it was.
But well done.
I forgot that I had some Kim in the fridge. So I feel like the way you did this was really good to allow us to kind of figure it out. It was nice to do a session or like just a pale
Mm-hmm.
than this and not do like a crispy or anything like that. I think that was a really good move
Thank you.
because it kept it. So, these all work because
do
of
my
the, you did
And it's
beautiful.
a wonderful
always.
selection, there, in
Yeah,
terms of
we got-
beers.
Yeah, you've got everything, a lot to work with,
Like
right?
a lot of fun to drink.
Yeah, this is perfect. And then the third beer was Nickel Brook's Grapefruit Uber Sour. Pick up your can and I'll give you more of this, bro. Come on now. Come on now. Now, this is a great beer. So Nickel Brook's Uber series is
Well, clearly you thought it was
phenomenal.
beer de vacances, so
So on the top, on the nose here, that's what I thought it was. So these guys, I gave this to Nickel Brook last night, the naughty neighbor.
Yes.
Yeah. So, excuse me. So this is one of the first Uber they canned. So it is. What did we say about this one, babe?
So the let's see. So Dan
Neither of us.
said
We got citrusy. I thought lemon, but
Dan had a mix going on. You said sour, so that's right.
Yeah.
so you got the sour, right?
Summer. Oh, sorry. So for the last one, Dan, I'm gonna give you 1%, 1 point again,
Okay.
because you said he only knocked lactose. I don't know, but
I think he deserves a point
said
for sure.
creamy, chalky finish.
You got all the
Yeah.
other tasting notes.
Those are amazing. That's really impressive.
Yeah. Do I
And
get a
then-
point because I
And
said
then you
it?
get a point without question.
I guess
yeah.
I got the style
You
and
got
the
the full
ABV,
sour, yeah.
and I got the tasting notes. The only thing I didn't get was the brewery.
Yeah.
And the name of the beer. Okay.
And
So
then
two each. Two each.
Oh, I thought I was giving you 1 point each.
That's what I'm saying. So
Oh, two
one
each
round
for you,
each.
you mean.
Two each and two each. Did Dad get points for the first
Oh,
round? or
2
no?
rounds. Yeah, sorry, 2 each.
Sorry,
Yeah,
yeah,
rounds,
yeah.
yeah.
We're 2-2.
Tier 2-2.
It's like a soccer game.
And then, so Dan, for this one, you said sour, summer berry.
Okay.
So that's not there.
No.
No.
And citrus finish and tart. And you thought it was 5 to 6%.
Yeah.
It is 4%.
Mm. I didn't think it was too heavy.
See, it threw me off because on the nose,
On the nose, it's so different to what it actually tastes.
yeah.
Every sour, I'd assume with a very, very fruity smell.
Well,
But
this is packaged ages ago. This is packaged in June. I should have done this a while ago. Like, I think I kept it to do a 1-minute review, but it's good that
That's why I
this
pulled
is
it
a
out.
more interesting way to do it.
Mhm.
So this is 3 months old. Nearly 3
But
months old.
sours are pretty fine, right?
Yeah, sours are pretty good. This is a dry hop fruited one because this is also dry hop with Amarillo, I believe. Is it Amarillo?
Oh, it has it on the back of it.
It does, yeah. Hops. What's a mosaic? This says what it was dry hop with. I saw it somewhere. Styrian, Goldings, and Mosaic. So maybe it was Mosaic they did. But either way, so it's dry hop, which means maybe the hops, the brighter hop notes would have dropped a little bit. The citrus is really strong with the grapefruit, but it's that grapefruit that like confuses you with this shit.
Okay. It's like a smack you in the face sort of sour.
Yeah, but it's like
Yeah.
stripping your tongue. And to me, I kept getting lemon. I didn't pick grapefruit.
Yeah,
And
I
this-
wouldn't have got grapefruit.
Even drinking it, it doesn't really taste
Yeah,
grapefruit.
it's
to me.
very, very citrusy. Like a lemon lime sort of thing.
Yes. What else did we say, Ben?
And then you said, beer. You just said beer de vacances kettle sour. Your only question was that you thought it was really lemony on the.
Yeah, which is what put me off. So smelling it, I'm just like got mad cocky about it. But I said 4.5. This is 4. So I was close. I think I had the tasting notes probably accurate because it didn't taste like it had lactose in it. Obviously, it doesn't, and it. Yeah, but it was still tart and funky and tangy and whatever the fuck else I said. So maybe we both don't get a point for that one. Are we both too far off to warrant a point? Maybe we got some right, but not as many right as the other
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be
Overall,
kind of like.
I would say like you say
the most
2.5
we give
each.
you
Yeah,
is a
0.5.
The most we give you.
0.5.
So we got
That's just being
2.5
kind.
each.
You got 2.5 each.
Shit.
Wow. That's
Honestly,
that's the are you
that doesn't
smarter than the are you
Smarter
smarter
than a fifth
than
grader.
It's just like Are you more advanced than a
Than
beginner?
a beginner.
Yeah, than a noob, than a craftier
The answer
noob.
is no. The answer is I am not.
So the craftier
yo,
noobs
well done.
and the experts
Thanks,
are
man.
just
Killing
in
it.
line. Then check
Yeah.
it out. But also your points were easy. We didn't say make you do
My
what
points
points
are very
expected
easy.
to do.
Well, because
We
it had
didn't
to
make you
be.
do all the
It's
things,
like
yeah.
a handicap. It's
Yeah.
like you get to start a
Yeah.
100-meter race, but like you get to
You
start
get
go
like
ahead.
50 meters.
Yeah, 50 meters like
Makes sense.
beautiful, right? It's only fair. What the fuck? I've had nearly 6,000 unique beers, and you have not. So
Yeah, only a few stars.
that's what I'm saying. So
Makes sense.
how do you feel after doing that, and now you've had? These are all fucking fantastic beers.
Yeah.
So once again, thank you to Tiff for picking the really, really good beers for this. I think that makes all the difference.
Mhm.
It's because you got to pick some random stuff to try and throw us off, but she went with things that were sort of probably unintentional. I think you've had all these beers, babe, but I don't know if you know the extent of sort of like how well, like they're not too confusing. They're very like obvious, not obvious in a bad way, but like you drink these beers, it's sort of difficult to get them too confused. Like we're not trying to like throw you off with some like style
Yeah.
that isn't normal,
Mhm.
like
Makes
isn't
sense.
regularly
Makes
found.
sense.
So that was definitely good. But how do you feel then after doing this?
Yeah, I feel I've learned a lot. Definitely in terms of how I can describe and find a taste.
Right.
It's sort of like before it'd be like, well, before I came here, it's like a beer to me was like a beer. So a lot of beers would taste very, very similar. But then that time I went to Sweden and I had
Yes.
a sour and it was so good. I found I can definitely describe this much more in terms of how different it is to the other two.
Okay.
So the sour is definitely it's the aftertaste of the sour which makes it very different.
Mm-hmm.
But then I found with the second one is very creamy.
Okay.
And the first one's very light.
Yes. Which
So-
you nailed.
Which but
Man's new.
man's new.
Born for it.
But yeah, no, I feel definitely more confident in terms of actually describing a taste. And
Good.
none of them were smoky.
No.
None of them were smoky.
Maybe we'll do a smoky beer episode then.
Yeah, we'll do a smoky one.
I don't think I have any smoky beers.
I don't think you did
'Cause I
not.
don't fuck with that.
Otherwise, I should have
Yeah.
given that. I would have given that one to Dan.
Maybe I was just looking to sell. Maybe
No,
I'll
you
sell
know,
them
you know what I'm
instead.
saying. It'll be smoky as hell, but like, I don't want to say it. But
I don't wanna say it. I'd be like, really, Dan? Really?
It's so smoky.
Smoky? Fuck's sake. All right, let's just address
Aw, thanks, Bruce.
some of the comments here. So Bassam's in the building. I did this once with coffee. I thought someone gave me a couple of euros, but it was just him holding. Oh, Bassam, you make me laugh. Sports and brews, good content. I would like to participate in the next blind taste test challenge. I wonder if there's a way. That's a great point, man. Or not man. I should
Person?
person, human. I wonder if there's a way for us to say, like, it's kind of hard though.
You would
'Cause
only
it's
be
like-
able to do it in the way that Uncapped, like Eric, do it with
And send each
Yeah.
other the blind things and wrap them up.
They
So we
send-
had a couple friends, Eric from Uncapped Everything in Richmond, Virginia, and Brandon from Blackbeard Travelers. I think he's San Diego.
He's in San Diego.
San Diego. So what they did for each other, they bought like 6 beers each. They wrapped them in like paper.
They put in work.
and then put like
Whoa.
number 1 on the paper on the outside,
Mhm.
and then sent them to each other, and then did a
Oh.
live, and then had
Yeah.
to do a blind taste test
Yeah.
together. It was
Okay.
very
It was
cool.
really good.
That's
Yeah,
it.
it was really
That's
fun.
it.
I wish. I mean, people can participate. Maybe if people enjoy this as like maybe like if we don't have a guest for the podcast and instead of just talking about stuff, we could do
Yeah,
this because this is
yeah.
like still is nearly an hour like worth of content.
Yeah.
I didn't think we go this long, to be honest.
It never feels
But
like it.
no, it always you did say that earlier. Yeah, mate,
it
this zips
never
through.
feels like it.
But like, we'll see if we can think of ways to do it. If you guys have any ideas on how we could do it to get people involved, maybe there could be something we'd have to collaborate. Oh fuck! You know what we could do? I'm gonna say this out loud in public here. See if anyone has any ideas. We could collaborate with like either a brewery or some sort of company, whether it's in Quebec or Ontario mostly,
Oh, and they send it to both
and they'll
parties.
send it to both parties.
That'd be
or
fun. That would
we
be
could
really
do it
fun.
ourselves somehow.
Mhm.
I don't know if there's any way to do it. Whether we'd go to an LCBO and buy some beers, and then we'd go to stores here and buy beers and put them in a packet, and then actually manually do it.
I like getting the brewery involved. Though. That's
You know what
fun.
I'm saying? I wonder if there's someone we
But
could do
doing it
it.
as because you know the brewery, so just doing it purely as a guess the style.
Yeah, I wonder. You know, what would be easier to be honest. I could talk to say something like Cheers,
Mm-hmm.
like Boutique, who we just had on the podcast last week, and they could put something together for Quebec people, and you could order it. And I wonder if there was something similar in Ontario, right? Because it'd be like an LCBO. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if there's a brewery, they've only got one. Like, is there some place that sells multiple different beers? Because otherwise, if you go to, I don't know, Nickel Brook, they'll probably do it for us, but they've got X number of beers and a lot of people know what they are, and it's not as much fun if it's like you want.
If you might know what
you
they
want
are
something
already.
from Bellwood, something from Nickel Brook, something from Dominion,
Yeah, I
so
see
on and
what
so
you mean.
forth. You know what I'm saying? And then we can have
The other
that.
way to do it is to partner with somebody and like you coordinate with their partner, like whoever else is in the house.
Yeah, that's
Like
what
say
I was
for example,
thinking.
if I was doing it and Chris was doing it or something,
And they
like
would
that,
just put like we could just do it, but
then
it'd
me
be a
and
manual
Chris's wife would
process
coordinate, and then we would buy the same beers, try to buy the same beers or something like
in
that, or
each
do
province,
something
and
like that.
we'd have to do like an episode. The first part is Ontario, the second part is Quebec or something, so people can tune in at different times or something like that.
Yeah, because you wouldn't be drinking the same beers, you mean?
Well, then, because like Ontario people can't get the Quebec stuff, and Quebec people can't get the Ontario stuff, and we'd want to appeal to both, so we could be like, all right, well, most of our audience is there. Is between
Or you
those
could
two.
do one shot, like what Eric and
That's the same,
Nick
one
did.
long shot, but like we'll
Yeah.
start with the first half an hour is Ontario, the second half an hour of the podcast is the Quebec beers. Anyway,
Oh yeah, that's what
logistics,
Eric and
but-
Thing did. Yeah.
Okay, so
Eric and Brandon. I think
I
Eric
love
went
that.
first and did a bunch, and Brandon was like laughing and knowing him
Yeah.
down, and then they swapped. So,
it's
yeah.
probably a good time to do it because like COVID's
Oh,
getting
unless
worse.
they did it back and forth. No, they did it back and forth because they couldn't see the beers anyway because they
Right.
were wrapped.
But then people could all do it together. They'd have to have a friend or a partner.
How
What
many
do you mean,
friends
Everyone
are
else
gonna
could
be
do it
much easier?
together?
I'm saying like we could all do it as a big live. We're like, all right, in 4 weeks' time, we're gonna do live,
Mhm.
where it's we do this shit, and we have to organize it all before then. They would have to have either we could partner with businesses like you said, breweries or depths or something. Like maybe in Quebec we could partner with the store and they just send 4 beers. Like, all right, that's the BAOS pack for the October 20 whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Feel me? And then they get sent out to Quebec and they just buy it. I don't care about money from outside.
Oh, and
They
then
can just
everyone
buy
in
it.
their own homes are organized by themselves, so we don't see them.
Or
doing
if they don't have a partner, because in Ontario it's actually harder than it is for Quebec. 'Cause
yeah,
I could
Quebec,
get,
we can do anything.
but then all across
Well,
Quebec,
not anything.
you'd have to be like, it almost like you have to be
Oh.
someone who'd be willing to
Yeah.
send it. Anyway, there's a whole
Anyways,
bunch
we'll
of
do
logistics.
logistics, but I already like the idea. Even if
can
everyone
work,
at home can't do it, I do think it's very easy for us to coordinate. Like, especially if we do to Quebec, like if it's us and Matt. For
I think
example.
the easiest way to do it to be the least hassle is what you said. If somebody had like a friend or because that'd be great. We do it.
A
Maybe
partner
get
in
Matt
the
from
house.
Vox and Hops on and a
Yeah.
partner in the house to deliver to secure the beers and to pour and do
Mhm.
as you just did. That would be the easiest way, and then that would be like give them your email type of thing, or we'd
Yeah,
set
we'll
up a
just connect.
Gmail just for it or something like that. So
or we
then
could just message each other on Facebook or any other.
I was trying not to involve your personal stuff if you didn't
Oh, I
want
don't
to
care.
with everybody.
Yeah,
Okay,
Tiffany at High Season Call. Holler at me.
there you go. All right, boom.
Yeah.
So okay,
Shameless plug.
thank you for that.
Shameless plug. Social media.
This is very good.
good.
Trip is a true birthday with overflowing beer supplies 24/7. That is true. Yep, all beer, no food. That's right. We live like monks here. Bassam's lols. They are one and the same. Craft beer pause. Cheers. Looks great. Appreciate you. Brews the review. Hey, C and Tiffany, love the channel and podcast. You're one of the reasons I decided to do my own beer pod. Thanks for the inspiration. Appreciate you, man. That's cool. I love that.
Very cool.
That's dope. I'll just say thank you. That's really cool to hear.
You're welcome.
So, I reckon what we will do is get back to you guys. If anyone is specifically interested in doing this, maybe just like, I'll put like a poll up on Instagram or some shit. Maybe just, and on Twitter and Facebook and be like, yo, who's interested if we organize a way to do it, and we'll get back to you. Because wouldn't it be fun if we could have like 50 people or whatever all over the place doing the same shit? And if we could access the Ontario beers, like if we pick 4 beers in Ontario and then 4 beers in Quebec, or even if it's 3, whatever, it'd be cool if and then we just do the video here. It'd be cool to have like us here, and maybe we actually get on maybe Brad Notion, who does that in Ontario. If he has a friend go and do that for him, there we would all do that, and then everybody can tune in, and we could probably do it all simultaneously. We'll have the Quebec, and he has the Ontario side. Oh, that's a good way to do it, and we'll just go 1-1-1. And then the Ontario people can watch, and the Quebec people can watch. You don't have to like, all right, I'll come back in half an hour. I like that.
Yeah.
Like DJ Khaled. Anyway, that's great. Dan, thank you.
Amazing. Thank
Tiffany, thank you.
You're very
That was
welcome.
great.
You're very welcome.
Oh, do you know what we should do? Let's take the thumbnail.
you. Yeah.
I can take it for you guys after.
Oh, we'll take it after because we're going to put the things
Easier.
on this phone. Oh no, look at this glass. It broke.
Which one?
What? How?
I don't know. Oh, we took this to Gaspé.
Oh, it must have broken.
Must have broken on the way. Yeah, we damn it, I like these. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we thought we,
We have
had
3 of them,
everything perfectly.
Yeah, I was like, we took glasses. Like, all right, if they break, I guess so, because I want to have
Mm.
nice glasses for when we took beer photos out there. But all All right, guys, if you enjoyed the episode... No, actually, before I even do that, where can everyone check you out online?
Oh, Dan Johnson at... which one? Instagram and Twitter.
Yes.
Exactly the same.
So hit up Dan. He's involved in all the things that we are doing now. So you're going to see him on BAOS, on TMF, on High Season. He's everywhere. Louis says, great show, guys. Thank you. Appreciate you, Louis. Louis out in Quebec City. He's a champ. Always tells me good stories about the SAQ. So guys, if you enjoyed the episode, smash the thumbs up, hit subscribe below, hit the notification bell,
Ding,
so you know when the new drops. Follow us on social media at BAOS Podcast, and check out the long form audio so you can hear legends like Dan and fun little things like this to switch it up. You know, every week, every Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern, we are live on YouTube, and we drop the podcast every Wednesday. That is it, guys. We'll see you in the next episode. Get it in, yeah. Boom. All right. So everybody here watching live, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Appreciate y'all, man. This was dope. Bruiser Review, Tiff, of course, Louis, Craft Beer Pause, Bassam, Daniel, Sports and Brews. Appreciate y'all. This was a fun one, something a bit different, eh? So I think we might even just keep doing this type of stuff.
Yeah.
In this, we wanted to film one. We've been talking about filming it for a while, but to be honest, we had a podcast tonight with a guest that was moved to next week. So we're like, well, why don't we do something? I was like, oh, should we even do something tonight? Like, fuck. And then you were like, yeah, let's do the plan.
Yeah, why not?
We wanted to do it anyway, and it works pretty well. Look, no editing. So
yeah, that's just that's a good benefit.
So maybe instead of even like pre-recording, we could just do them as the live ones. And it'd be cool for people to see your like in a live way, to see your growth.
Yeah.
Being that you already started big off the gate,
true,
you didn't, you weren't fucking up off the gate. You were coming like, on point.
Like a pro. Maybe
Like
I was
pro.
pretending when I was saying smoky.
Maybe you were. Maybe you knew all this stuff, and you just manipulated me like a pool shark with a beer shark.
True. That's how I won.
Fucking damn. Drew. Out of control. Out of control. All right, y'all. We'll be back next Friday. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week, guys. Peace.